Massive 100-ton sacred stone has a divine sword stuck right in it. Legend says whoever pulls out the sword will gain godlike powers, but for 300 years, no one has ever gotten even close to it. The king immediately set up a sword-pulling contest, announcing that whoever could pull out the sword would not only win $1 billion, but also become the next king. A few days later, thousands of people who heard the news showed up to compete. Then this rich guy who was desperate for the throne strutted onto the scene. He easily walked 3 steps forward. Suddenly the divine sword unleashed its power, pressing down hard on his shoulders. His servants immediately rushed over to give him strength, helping him push forward to the 5th step. Then all his servants worked together, giving it everything they had, and he barely managed to reach the 6th step. In the end, he was still beaten back by the sword's unstoppable divine force. However, the king was really impressed with this rich guy and even wanted to marry off the princess to him. The princess didn't want that at all, so to reject her father's arrangement, she decided to try pulling the sword herself. Even though the princess collapsed on the 3rd step, she didn't give up and eventually pushed herself to the 5th step before she couldn't go any further. Just then, a wizard strode confidently onto the challenge path, swearing he would claim the divine sword. After taking 2 steps, the wizard stopped, drank some mysterious potion, then gathered his courage and took the 3rd step. The next moment, the divine sword seemed to see right through his scheme and instantly summoned a sacred dragon that swept the wizard high into the sky. Everyone was shaking with fear. Surprisingly, a beggar stepped forward. He was moved by the princess's determination. Even though everyone was making fun of him, the guy didn't care at all and just teleported right behind the princess. Then the man charged forward alone all the way to the 10th step. The sword immediately recognized him as its master. The rich guy got really angry and sent people to attack, but the man easily deflected them using the sword's power. In the end, the man handed the sword to the princess, completely changing her destiny.